I ain't into the strip clubs, dog.
Rolling.
I can't give away my hard-earned
I
money.
hustle
to
too
some
hard
bitch
to
that
go
ain't,
give my
you know
money
what
to
I'm
some
saying?
hoes I don't
I'm
know.
about to give me some.
Strip club, no.
I'm gonna get my money away.
All right. Here we go,
All right,
people.
listen up, everyone, real quick.
Check it.
So go ahead, Mark, get started off.
Respect out.
So, check it out, my world and my people. You are now here with us in episode
13.
My bad.
13.
My bad. Fuck
It's
the
all
name.
good.
That's
Trece,
right.
remember?
It's
Trece,
Trece. I forgot. It's Trece for my
Hey, we riding that
essays.
south side number,
That's
player.
what it is.
Jump behind the thing real fast.
It's Trece for my essays today, baby.
For sure.
Black and Brown Movement
Gracias.
Radio Podcast. I'm about to hit y'all over the head with it. Hope y'all ready, so here it comes.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, episode 13.
Trece
Trece,
for my
oh,
essays.
Simón, eh?
Ora.
Órale.
Right.
Radio.
What's that one?
That's right. Bienvenidos a mi raza, mi afroamericano y mi latino movimiento aquí en episode 13. Mi nombre es Iván Castión. This is Ivan C, the devious one. And let me go ahead and introduce my other co-host, Mr. the red-bearded beard one, Mr. Brox.
This guy with the red-bearded beard.
Because you're the one that has the red-bearded beard. What do you
Red
expect?
beard, the feared one. Those to despise are the ones who hide from the sun.
Son?
Ooh.
Okay, he's dyslexic. Don't get
Introduce,
mad
and
at
of
him.
course, we got the mad scientist, Mad
Verbals.
Verbals.
What?
World up. What's up with it? You know, we in this motherfucker tonight. Hey, if y'all out there and y'all into the cannabis, go check out the sesh off of 91st and Western. It's popping.
Shouts out. That's what's up.
Hey, shouts out, you know what I'm saying, to my crew, the Scallywag, with the bomb ass wax. So they out of OC. Follow them on Instagram. They doing it like that. You got to get at them.
Indica Productions.
Indica Productions, baby. We in the house.
Go for it.
That's right. And we got our other co-host, Mr. Ricky Compton.
Junior.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen?
No
Bienvenidos a mi
back.
gente. ¿Qué pasó? Aquí estamos, ya sabes.
And also we got our other special guest today. First of all, we got El Maestro. Gusto.
Yo, what's up with it, man? You know, representative from South Central. What's up with it?
That's what's up, dog. That's what's up.
And
How
also
about
we
this
got-
man over here to the left of me?
Oh,
About to pass
yeah.
him the mic, man. This
We gotta
Wash
pass
House
the mic
Audio.
back on, man. We gotta pass that-
WashHouseAudio.com.
Wash House Audio.
Thanks
Man,
for
Teddy.
hosting our second episode up here at Stars Enterprise Studios. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to pass the mic
right.
to our man,
Teddy.
Yes, sir. What it do?
And
I'm
of
looking
course,
out
we
for
got
the
another
hospitality
co-host
player.
right here. We got another guest right here. He is the Stro.
The
He is
Stro.
Mistro. Astro.
What's going on, fam?
He's
What's
out
going
of
on,
this
fam?
world. That's
What up,
why
dog?
he's Astro,
Man, just so I
baby.
want to give a quick shout out. This is February, and this
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
13th episode. You know, that's Hey Home right here.
My
for the
birthday was on the
213
That's
3rd.
what's up.
For the 213 hood, you know what I mean?
That's
Yeah, no
what's
doubt.
up.
Happy belated, Papa.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
what's up.
And of course, we got
Of course,
our
you know,
another
it's still my
special guest right
birthday.
here. He is
We don't
the
stop.
laziness of all laziness. Nah, okay. He is Huevocito, el lazy. Bro.
Yo. What up, dog?
Okay, bye.
You see?
Yeah.
He busy to talk.
He got mic shy.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
got mic shy. So you know
Hey.
what? Before we go ahead and kick this off,
Well-
I'll go ahead and pass it to Mr. Brox to go ahead and kick it off with the
Well, you know,
introduction.
we
Sir,
always got like 2, 3, 4 intros. So before I get to mine, I think Mr. Mad Verbals, Mad Scientist, about to lead us off in the Black and Brown Movement anthem right quick.
Word. So, it's like this, world. We, the movement, believe that civilization began in Africa. Through the migration, we arrived in Aslan. From east to west, this makes us all people of the sun. Through 400 years of blood, sweat, and tears,
and through
500 years of resistance, there's only a few things we retain through bravery and persistence. It's the gospel, the culture, and the music.
Here goes my intro. The purpose of this podcast is to promote independent underground artists, whether they be graffiti, dancers, painters, poets, DJs, beatbox, you know, whatever your art may be. We here to promote you and the positive relations between our black and brown people. We don't discriminate because we are IMC. What is that, folks? International Multicultural, which means we are worldwide. That's no borders, no boundaries, no limits, and no
gimmicks.
No gimmicks.
No whack
MCs. Yeah, no whack MCs.
You're not
up
welcome.
in here. So we're the voice of the people, and we hope that our message is received across the globe, near and far, east, west, north, and south.
That is right.
Worldwide.
You heard it right. Worldwide, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right. So let me go ahead and touch this topic right away. First of all, we're gonna go ahead and give our condolences to our prayers,
man.
So what happened on
Prayers.
February the 14th, unfortunately, in Florida, in Parkland High School, 17 people were killed, shootout. I just want to give my condolences out there to
the families,
out there that lost their
victims,
kids,
everybody related,
loved ones,
those
teachers,
that survived,
coaches
the
that
witness.
actually put their lives at risk for it.
They did. They sacrificed their lives.
Sacrificed
Man.
stuff to save the kids. Much love, and that's heroism right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, the reason why I want to touch the subject because now it's becoming more of an issue when it comes to gun control.
Yep.
I mean, I want to hear all of y'all thoughts about this situation. So what is it that we need to do now next? I mean, this is what, the 18th shooting?
You know what?
I don't know how many.
We could go on the statistics. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. That's the bottom line. It's just too much. It's called domestic terrorism, and it's youth, and it's usually 99% of the time non-black and brown youth, and so we were talking Astro. We mentioned earlier, the guy's name is Cruz or whatever, so we don't know of his descent or what have you. He looks white. We know that he was putting Russian symbols and whatnot on Instagram, along with pictures of guns and everything else. So we don't know what his affiliations are. We don't know what his nationality is as of yet, but yeah, we know that. And bottom line is, unfortunately, it's not black and brown youth. I mean, fortunately, it's not black and brown youth, but it's domestic terrorism, man, and they need to get control of it. I mean, you over there worrying about Kim Jong-un and what weapons of mass destruction he got halfway across the world, but right here in the United States, people are dying.
You got a war on weed.
How do y'all feel about what his public defender said, that he will plead guilty if he doesn't get the death penalty?
What?
Yeah.
That's what it says.
I don't care what he pleads. I don't care.
I think he should
got
get
no
death.
priors.
He should get death.
Automatic.
17 people.
Automatic.
17
If it was me,
kids.
I'd be dead.
You
Automatic.
let them suffer. You let them suffer too.
17 kids, bro.
Yeah.
If it was
Off the
me-
top, you should get life.
If it was me,
People gotta
I'd be dead in
understand.
a month.
You send your kids to school because they're gonna go and learn and
And
try
be
to be
safe.
safe, right?
Yeah.
And then some heartbreaking moments come out, and you're like, wow, like you don't know what's going on, especially if your kids are going to school and some shit happen like that.
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
So they can feel safer. That's fucked up.
See, Florida gun laws are outrageous, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say, Ivan asked the question, what do you think about gun control? And I've heard people talk about it, and this is my thought on it. There's no way that any civilian should be able to purchase an assault rifle like an AR-15. There's no way. That's a military weapon. If you're not military, and getting it by the way of the government issuing it to you, there's no way you should be able to purchase it. That's just my opinion.
I respect your opinion, but me, I own guns, and I feel like if we here in America, we got the First Amendment to own a gun, we should own whatever gun we have. I think they should pass. If you're gonna buy a gun or an assault rifle, you have to pass a
psychological evaluation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I agree.
Okay. I feel you on that.
That
That makes sense. Yeah.
why not?
Yeah.
Why should the government have the only power or authority and we can't?
Okay.
Some shit go down, right? We only gonna have 9mm. Yeah,
per se.
yeah. You know, some
I
little
understand
bullshit.
what you're saying,
You
and
know,
you make a good point. But my thing was, I guess I'm coming down on that just in the fact of, you know, of what's happening, and you know, I ain't really thought of that point that you just made. But I'm glad that you came with the psychological evaluation, because there has to be something, dog.
yeah.
There's got to
No,
be
no.
some
They
kind
do.
of
Yeah.
solution to this. You know what I'm saying?
Real. It's been eight school murders in too short a period of time.
But there's murders every day in L.A., bro.
We're talking about innocent
Talking about
kids.
mass shooting
We're talking about mass
Yeah.
shootings
school,
in
like you
school.
said.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
we think our kids will
No,
be safe.
it's
you know what I'm
true.
saying?
That
But
shit's
you know,
not right.
our kids are not safe in the hood either. So
Yeah, but the hood is in the streets and in the danger grounds. You know what I'm saying? That's where shit is. And if they don't know when they leave the house, then their parents ain't the day job. But we're talking about you're going to school to go get educated and get knowledge as you head towards your ambitions, dreams, and destiny to fucking future towards college. And you get swept away by some motherfucker that used to go to school because he got some anger issues.
what
Hey,
about
that shit's fucked up.
what about when the children?
Parents are-
But what about when the children are hopping on that bus going home and they get caught up in a situation? That's not their fault
Well,
either.
look, okay, I got
On what
something to
bus?
say to
The
that.
school bus or the rough, tough,
Get
and
up on the
dangerous?
mic. a
Rough,
little bit.
tough, and
I
dangerous.
can't hear you, Morgan.
The rough, tough, and dangerous
Of course,
that we used to ride?
of course. Yeah.
Okay, but
They,
look,
they just trying to go home.
look, I got a point to that.
No, that's for ignorant motherfuckers. What
Okay.
I'm saying, when a motherfucker comes from the school that used to go to school and he comes back up there and shoots the motherfucker up, his anger issue is not with them kids. It has something to do with.
So he was an
motherfuckers
older
to-
cat. I didn't.
at
I didn't know his
administration.
Starts
age.
at home.
He was 19,
Education
he was
and
already
respect
out of
starts
the
His,
at
school.
home.
already out.
his anger
Used
has
to
something to
those.
do with the administration. Someone did him fucked up teachers.
He ain't riding his
Look,
head.
I got a point
There's no
to
reason he
what,
shot kids.
To what Astro's saying about the streets, and this goes shots out to our people's Barefoot Pookie. You know what I'm saying? Angelo Barefoot Pookie White.
Yeah, original
He's
gangster
got a
crib.
nonprofit called
Better
Safe
be known.
Passage. And he is one of the originators of the West Side Crips. He used to run with Tookie Williams and them. And his nonprofit, Safe Passage, is about getting with the gangs
So kids
and
can
making
go to
sure
school
that
safely
kids have safe passage to
and
and
not
from
have
school.
to be intimidated.
They shouldn't
to
have
join
to
gangs.
deal with them street things
Period.
where, you know, kids who are gang banging, who are on that bullshit, or even adults who decide that they want to do that.
At
you know what I'm
40
saying?
years old, still banging.
Right, the kids shouldn't be subject to that. And as a gangbanger, as a person of society, as of our community of color, the one thing, if anything, you don't respect the color or you don't respect another block, whatever the case is, you should be respecting the kids and the elders at least, that they should be able to have
Word.
safe passage to and from
I think-
at least school.
I think the media just, portrays, different cities and shit, because the last month, I don't stay too far from a high school, right? And it's
Across the street.
a dominant blood school, right? So these kids that get out of school broad day, like 3 p.m., right? They going home. All you hear is pop, 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 pop.
Because
Right.
fools know they affiliated.
Yeah, they're affiliated, right? They think it, but old boy didn't even gang bang. They were trying, just
Yeah, they
because he coming out of school, right? And guess what? His homie got hit.
True.
He was wounded, but the other boy got hit and he died.
And he wasn't
and
even
it's kind of
involved.
fucked up,
Yeah.
It's
Right.
just,
Way
That's
fucked
become
up.
too regular. That's just become too
School
regular.
should be straight off limits, you know what I'm saying?
that's why I try
Yeah.
to put and that's why I try to take my kids out of these public schools and put them in charter schools.
True.
Because we don't want the situation for them to happen like this.
Yeah, no doubt. What you got, Gusto?
I'm just saying that, hey, look, education and respect starts at home, regardless of what it is.
Word.
So teach your kids, you know what I'm saying? Teach your kids that respect, so they can go to school with that same mentality.
Yeah, I heard you saying earlier where the parents at.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Real.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know,
Lean on Me. Remember that movie?
Exactly.
I think it's more of a positive thing too for parents to be involved with their children, man. And just and if there's anything that they can get their children involved with to keep them away from that element in that area, then you know what I mean, some of the programs just need to be put out there more, I think, to get involved with that.
Yeah, because I remember, hey man, as me growing up, I remember my mom, she was like very freely on letting me go out to the streets, and I did things. I've been in jail, I've been shot at. Thank God and got shot at, like shot
Didn't get
physically.
shot, right.
I didn't get shot, but
I have.
you know, I've been
14
through so many.
times?
I've been through so many situations that, you know, in reality, I just can't blame my mom. But it was just that freedom that she gave me so much. That's why I guess us now as a new generation, we're more control. We have more control of that. We won't let our kids out. You know, you don't see a bunch of kids playing outside in the streets no more.
Yeah, that's
You know
real.
what I'm saying?
That's real, yep.
So
It's too dangerous.
Yep.
exactly. You know.
These
But-
youngsters today don't have respect.
They find
Hey,
that
hey, so-
video game warfare.
hey,
That's what
but,
they
hey,
doing.
But listen up though, you keep
Cyberbullies and
hey,
hoodies.
but you keeping them at home so much, and you letting them do whatever they want at home, whether the internet and all this shit could be dangerous as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be wise. You
It's
know,
all about balance, man.
Yeah.
Balance is the key to life.
But you know what? When it comes to that, you know, I'm saying obviously from seeing, because obviously not an experience, but by the looks of it, what I hears of it, there's both pros and cons to it.
To what?
Meaning, as in keeping your child inside and keeping your child out there.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, video games is always going to be no matter what. I mean, we grew up with Atari, you know, and grew up with
ColecoVision.
everything, right?
Yeah.
I grew up with bicycles and skateboards outside.
Well,
you know,
yeah.
Right.
And just as Gus spoke, hey, my kids be inside, but they also gotta be outside.
Yeah.
They can't let them be scared of the world, bro. They gotta let them be out there and
No,
let
that's
them do
real.
us. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
You know, if a situation pop off, then
I mean, it's fortunate for you that you have a house, you got a front yard that at least, if anything else, they could play in. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, people that, you know what I mean, a little bit lesser off or, you know, in tighter quarters, apartments and whatnot, can't even let their kids really go out into the front of the apartment buildings because the other knuckleheads out there, you know what I'm saying, gonna influence them or they get caught up in some shit or get caught in some crossfire or what have you. But, I mean, I agree with what you're saying completely, you know. It's just unfortunate the where the world's got to this point.
Yeah, hey, you know what? I just think us as parents now, it's become more challenging as becoming a father because now we got to do extra work now because we've been living through so many shit. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
And we
Yeah.
see so much shit that we're afraid
Yeah, we shelter our
something's
kids.
gonna happen
We
to
shelter
our
our
loved ones
kids.
and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, sheltering
That's
your
real
kids
shit.
don't change shit. That's when kids do the most shit. When you shelter them, when they going away from home, they be doing more shit than you know.
It's balance, man.
So you gotta let them. You gotta give them a little bit of
A
leeway,
little freedom.
Yeah.
so that they can
Gotcha.
experience shit.
But then
They
you
come
gotta
home,
tie
they
the
like-
knot something. You know
When
what
they
I'm
come
saying?
home,
Yeah.
they be like, "Mom or Dad, I tried this," and you be
Definitely
like,
give 'em the
"I
option.
told you," and then you get to build that relationship to talk with them.
Right.
But when you put too much barrier up, they're afraid.
Yeah.
So then they just go out there trying shit and fuck around and be
Yeah,
fucked
hey,
up.
don't try to build
Yeah.
that Donald Trump wall in your house, man. That shit ain't no good.
You gotta have more open.
Real shit.
Gotta have a more
Real
open
talk. Hey, ladies, you
communication
got
relationship with your
you
children.
got any opinions over there, man? You over there kind of quiet, you know what I'm
You
saying?
know what? I want to hear ladies.
Yeah.
Thought about this.
All right, guys. I'm the one guy that said, "Okay, bye," but here I am again. Paying attention to the
That's right,
topic at
lady.
hand. I believe everybody's correct. It doesn't matter. Everybody has their own opinion. House, apartments, influence is a big thing. Social media is a major thing in our culture these days, where us as parents, we could just turn our back for a few minutes and social media takes over as far as what they're learning. If it's not at home, it's at their iPads at school or wherever they have access to these computers, which is everywhere these
true.
days. Okay,
Phones.
you name it. They tell them at school don't log on here, but they do it anyway. They
Right.
do it anyway.
They be sneaking online.
Yes,
Even
yeah.
grown ass kids in college.
The culture we're dealing with these days it boils down to hate. Like we as parents try to teach our kids to be equal, love everybody the same,
Right.
but unfortunately, reality
Society is not on that
It
shit.
doesn't have the same perspective,
I
the
got
same eye-to-eye thing that we have going on. Maybe because this is the way we grew up, where we grew up, how we grew up,
Yeah.
and this
It's
is
our
what we
roots.
believe.
Yep.
I believe that there's a higher power as far as I want to say government. Now I'm breaking up into maybe politics a little bit.
You telling the truth, though.
Something
Don't
that
you?
is
We
emboldening
talk whatever, man.
society
Keep it real.
to be hateful. Before,
Real.
it was a thing low key, white
Undercover,
supremacists
right.
will beat you up. You don't hear about it.
Yeah.
Now you hear more because
Public.
it's more public now because maybe we have a a leader who I don't want to say maybe promotes that, but it doesn't.
Shit, yes,
We don't
He
say his name.
promotes it, dog.
We don't
let's
say his
keep it
name on
real.
here.
Okay, he
We
does.
keep it real.
We don't say his name on here though.
We don't
No,
say
we
his
don't.
name.
He
Okay, exactly.
Voldemort.
Well, that's what I'm trying to
He
do.
Voldemort. He the one
Okay,
that
we
won't
know
be
what
named.
we're getting at. I believe all this hate, he emboldens this hate.
Yeah,
he-
real deal.
He empowers this hate. He adds that fuel to the flame.
Yeah, he
True
does.
that. True that.
He's
It's a
like a
sad time
walking.
we're
He's like a
living in.
walking
That's
fucking
real deal.
This
butane
is the time
can.
we are living in right now. A time
It's
of
been more hate crime since he
uncertainty.
hopped on board too. I noticed that.
And
A lot
somebody
of
said
more hate
earlier it was
crime popping up.
90%
For real.
Caucasians, which is true.
Because the Caucasians, they figure it's cool now. They can
Yes.
do that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
now.
yeah.
But you see that now.
And
in the
they're
South
Nah, they're
Central.
not coming to the hood
and-
with
and
that.
bring
We've
your
been
ass to
saying
the hood
that
with
in,
that shit.
in the last
I feel
podcast.
I feel bad for the
And then
people
they
living
blame
down
it on
south.
mental illness.
Oh, yeah.
know,
They blame
they
it on
also
illness.
down
south.
They use it
Whooping
as a
ass.
cop out. Mental
I'll be
illness.
whooping ass.
Like, think
Hey,
about
real
it.
quick, real
I got
quick.
mental illness. That's some
Me
bullshit.
too.
Yeah, that's an
I got
excuse.
mental illness. I don't do no stupid,
Exactly.
violent,
I don't mind
fucked
gonna
up
go
shit
shoot
to
100
offend nobody.
You got control.
So that's
you got
excuses.
God, you got balance.
That's just like kids with excuse. I didn't have no daddy growing up. I didn't either.
Right.
I ain't no murderer.
either.
I ain't no rapist.
Exactly.
I ain't no pedophiler.
Exactly.
I'm doing positive shit.
But
So
let you
excuses
let
are
you
my
do something-
choice.
Something wrong.
Yeah, I
real
agree.
quick.
Agree.
They'll try to gun you down instead
Real
of giving
quick,
you the
man,
due
I
process.
gotta blurt in right here,
Because
man.
we
This
doing
is-
real shit. We
this real
leaders.
bomb
We
conversation.
Malcolm X's. We Che Guevara's. We Cesar Chavez's. They don't want us.
Real bomb conversation, but I just gotta say, you know, Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, episode 13. Yeah.
Imagine.
No, I just wanted to say Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, episode 13. I just wanted to give shouts out to washhouseaudio.com. Once again, washhouseaudio.com. Instagram, Facebook, and all that for hosting us tonight, man. I just wanted to blurt that in. We're gonna keep it going.
Let me make a quick comment on that Wash House audio.
Yeah, do that.
This is what he posted. He posted Wash House audio, recording and mixing 24/7. A clean sounds make a difference.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Washhouseaudio.com. Check it out.
Yes,
Ivan C.
indeed, sir.
Ivan
Yes,
C, you got
indeed.
something, and then we gotta get back to Gusto because I think he had a point as well.
Oh no, yeah, I want to get back to Gusto, but right quick. But I actually, you know what? Go ahead and finish your point, man. Because I actually do want to say something after you.
Yeah,
finish.
Gusto, you
My
had a good
apologies
point,
for that,
man.
sir.
Gracias.
Go right ahead.
I think it was about
Gracias.
incarcerated or something.
Yeah, man. You know, it's just it's like the cycle in the jails is like now they starting to learn that now they want to sit back and just wish they could have done things a little better, a little different. Yeah, exactly. But which on the other hand, outside in the public, you got all these kids doing all this bullshit. Parents forgetting about their kids. You know what I'm saying? Letting them watch all this fucking internet. There's a lot of parent involvement and control that you gotta be around your kids, man. So that shit is just, be involved around your kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Be involved with your kids and teach them that respect. You know what I'm saying? Teach them how to be humble. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. When you take that to the streets, it resembles a little better in you, and in the streets.
All right,
You gotta
so
treat your kids to have
to
self-respect.
to finalize this question, just to finalize this subject right away, it's a yes or no quick answer.
Okay.
Should the school authorities, like cops, should have
Administration,
the administration of the unified district?
superintendents, yeah.
No, not superintendent, but you know how they have their own securities, whatever.
Yeah.
Should they have guns?
Man, they should have a fucking metal detector like in the hood.
Talk to him, brother.
Man,
Preach
have metal
it.
detectors in the hood. Fuck it. Why only
Fight
the fucking
fire with
ghetto?
fire.
Why only the ghetto gotta have metal
Right,
detectors?
right.
Right? The suburban areas don't. Oh,
Yeah.
we safe?
That's like the market.
That's where it's
When I was in
happening.
high school,
The
they-
suburban areas where all the shit's happening.
where
they
it's
did
happening,
random
you know?
blocker checks when I was in high school. They
Yeah.
didn't start doing stuff
That's
like
like at
that
the
too.
market in the ghetto. Everything's in the fucking lockup. You got to call somebody to get some coffee. But you go to the white
You know what
area,
threw me
it
out
ain't
the
like
other
that.
Gusto said he went.
Shit,
to
I
go
remember in
get
the
him some
7th grade,
Jazzy
nigga, that
shoes
shit
and
blinked
Compton,
up, nigga, when I walked
He
through the
said,
door,
"I
nigga.
want these shoes." He said, "Hold on." let me
Nigga
get
had a
these shoes."
shank.
They had the Jordans locked up.
Oh shit.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, man, that's some old racist shit right there.
That's new shit.
That's like that Walmart shit where that one chick,
That's what I'm saying.
she had, you know, the black hair products is locked up at Walmart, so she had to do the same thing, and she sued their ass over it. Marcus was telling me, what was it?
Ralph.
Rouse.
Give it to him.
He was trying to get. What was you trying to get?
Some coffee.
Some coffee.
Buzzer. And wait for a
Oh, with the coffee?
Yeah.
I had to buzzer and wait for a motherfucker.
But you also got to look at the product loss on that one.
Nah, this
I
is
was
a-
on
Look at
Western in Manchester.
That shit's
I had to
crazy.
buzz the buzzer and wait for a motherfucker. Then the bitch came. And had an attitude. I had to check her like, don't be mad at me. Be mad at your manager. I ain't put this shit up. And why is it like this in the ghetto?
What
but
the
not
homie-
in the white
You
hood?
was at a Starbucks out in
I'm
Beverly
tired
Hills
of
or
shit.
something, my
What
boy?
the homie said? And the homie said he tried to buy
Yeah.
some J's. He tried to buy some
Dang.
J's. He said, "You know these gonna cost $200, right?"
I would have gave you a
Like,
shot.
nah, motherfucker. Like, I don't know what J's cost. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't coming with
That
money.
motherfucker
like,
said,
come on,
"Yup,
dog.
let me get that and some extra pairs."
Right, you punk motherfucker. Hey, I got to give it to Coach Popovich, man, from the Spurs. They interviewed him about Black History Month.
Oh, I love this shit.
And,
Oh, shout out, hey,
yeah, that's real shit. Yeah. You heard about that,
You
right?
know why?
quick shout out though, quick shout out. Hey,
You
you
know
know it's
why,
All Star
actually?
Weekend.
You know why?
Right.
We in LA, baby.
Oh, yeah.
All Star
LA.
Weekend,
Cali
baby.
love, baby.
Right.
You know
Cali
that?
LA, baby.
You know why Pop has that mentality too, though?
Hey, man.
Why?
Astro.
Hey,
Wow.
my hats off to that man.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
real
dude,
deal.
that
Real
dude,
shit.
he know how
He's
to
had
handle his
world
business over
Yeah.
there.
So
You know,
Let me tell you what he
Huh?
said, though. Let me tell you what he said.
He's a great coach. He's a great coach.
They
Yeah.
interviewed him.
yeah,
and
Let's
we
go to
Laker
Staples.
fans, but we give him respect.
What's
Gotta
cracking?
give it to him. So they asked him like, "Yo, you know, it's Black History Month. You know, what do you think about that? You know about NBA and this and that." And he's like, "Yeah, Black History Month. Yeah." He's like, "There's a lot of black guys in the NBA." And so that's his first point. But then he was like, it's like obvious. Like, yeah, there's a lot of black guys in the NBA. It's Black History Month. Why wouldn't we celebrate it? And so he followed up his comment. He followed up his comment with this. He's like, okay, yeah, Black History Month, a lot of black guys in the NBA. Yeah, it's obvious we should be celebrating. He said, we live in a racist country. Straight up.
No, it's true.
We live
it's
in a
true.
racist country and they ain't
Exactly.
figured it out yet. And he's saying it straight out, coming as a white man. Straight up. And now if a black
No.
coach would have said that shit.
Correct that. He's got a last name like Weber said, Vitch. You got a last name
Popovich,
like
yeah.
Vitch, nigga, that means you a shooter.
Yeah.
He ain't.
He Polish or some
yeah,
shit
he
or whatever.
Polish or something.
He ain't that American
nah,
redneck white.
He's
Yeah.
not American Caucasian. He's a different type.
It's just the point. The color of his skin is white.
It makes no
And,
difference.
you
If you
know-
go historically, it makes no difference.
But it was a trip to hear him say that. So, I mean, answering your question, Ivan, like you said, you wanted quick answers, but, that's kind of hard sometimes here in this Black and Brown Movement Radio podcast.
Absolutely. No, I understand.
But, what it is, I kind of agree, with Astro, what he was saying that, why in the suburbs they don't have, the metal detectors, you know what I'm saying? Why just in the hood? And, all these shootings are happening in the suburbs. So, whether it's the psychological evaluations upon buying those type of weapons, adding on to, the sensors and the metal detectors in all schools.
Wands.
You got to do something, man, because it ain't working. It ain't working, obviously. So
The
something
gun-
got to be done.
The guns ain't killing us; it's the people. You know.
That's
So
what right. Guns
that's why I'm
don't
saying
kill people. People kill.
you should have the right to purchase any firearm, no matter what it is. If an officer can carry an AR-15, you should be able to fucking carry an
I
AR-15
feel
in your
you.
fucking home.
Real
I feel
talk.
You. I feel you.
You know, don't take that shit away from us because these kids or
You
these
got some psychotic, crazy motherfuckers
Yeah.
shooting up people.
nah, man.
That ain't our fault.
That's not our problem, man. You know.
Not to mention, you know, when they do them checks, man, it just keeps it real simple. I mean, it ain't hard to do like that, bro. But you know what the thing is this. That's gonna contribute to our genocide too. If you look at the history of it, you know what I mean? They don't care about it, bro. They really don't. Sometimes it makes you mad as a student. I know, because I went through this, and the stuff we had to deal with in high school was bogus too, because you know what I mean, and you know they could take tighter control of that, but they refuse to do it, bro. Especially in the LA school system. I'm a product of the LA school district. You know what I mean?
Dude.
So and you know what?
Why Josiah, my son, real quick, my son, he go to LA high school, right? So
Shout out to young Josiah, young
why
Jeb.
he tell me he got profiled? He was like,
Nah, we
he
D-house,
he wanted
about
some
that
water.
Dorsey.
Because he's biracial, and that's one of the things that I'm afraid of for my kids,
Right.
being biracial.
Right.
Yeah,
You know?
you black and brown, you get segregated.
So let me tell you what happened. He wanted some water. And it was like
LA high school,
asking
huh?
him like, why?
I used to
He
pull up.
like, I'm thirsty. You know, Josiah,
That's story.
he gonna speak with his mind. He
My
gonna tell
nephew,
you what's
but-
on his mind. He ain't got no qualms
Hey.
about it.
He's his son, but that motherfucker
And he a smart
little
ass.
nigga like me.
And so they were like, why you want some water? He's like, I'm thirsty. My water that my mama gave me in my lunch pail is gone. I need some water. I'm thirsty. And so somehow they done called security. They done took him to the office. They evaluating like his reason for wanting water. Like, was he trying to get out of school? Was
I
he
would have
trying
been
to go
pissed
do
the
some
fuck
other
off,
shit?
bro.
No,
Dude.
my sister.
They threatened.
My
They
sister-
threatened to call home.
My
Josiah
sister-
said, please call
yeah,
home.
Call my mom.
Cause my mom's gonna go off on your ass, and you gonna give me a half day of school today. Sure, call home, please.
And that's
Of course
what
they
happened.
didn't, cause in the end they evaluated. Okay, well he's just thirsty.
Oh no, she had a meeting later. That's right. She had a meeting later.
Feels
Hey,
stupid.
But
Yeah, but
that's
feeling
where
bad's
we.
not enough.
Hey, that's
to
where we
determine
failed.
the
They
grade
need
of
to put-
kids in
they
front
need
of
to
public
put
class.
these
You know what I'm
teachers-
saying? So aggressively.
They gotta.
You come out
they
like
gotta
in
have
an
these
intelligent
teachers-
way.
Psych eval.
Maybe trying to just make
Psych
him
eval.
feel
And
bad at
have
the end,
teachers that
regardless of what it is, the
and-
teacher or the counselor, whatever the fuck it was.
It's just like
Just-
the police.
They feel
Just
bad
like
at the
just
end.
like the
Like the
police.
You know what I'm
police.
saying?
Don't put
They
no
feel
scary ass
stupid.
white
I know
boy
some.
in the
You know what
hood
I'm
patrol
saying?
and shooting motherfuckers.
My son was
Put a
thirsty,
hood police
motherfucker.
over that
You understand?
motherfucker.
Shout out to my
Sure.
boy DJ
He is
Cali,
scared.
Chris Brinkley, because he's a
That's
teacher.
why.
I'd rather
teach
get
in
pulled
the
over by
hood.
hood police than a white police.
Yeah,
He
that's
teaches
why it's
in the
essential
hood
for you to have
regularly.
communication with your kids.
Hey,
man.
and I like
Always
those,
have
and I
open
like those because I've been
communication
teaching.
Because
I've
if
been
not,
teaching my
man,
motherfuckers.
they gonna be able to
by,
communicate with you. Not only that, a child will go to school and it gets some bogus treatment and know that if he knows his parent like he's supposed to, he'll know that they got their back and you know what I mean, he'll be confident in the decisions that he makes. That they'll be proper ones. They won't just be decisions to make it a hate.
I had a substitute teacher
That's
back
why
in
I say it's
the
essential
back in
for
the
parents
8th
to be
grade
involved with their children.
from the hood.
Yeah,
Nigga
not
was
just
all
being a
love.
nuclear parent. Letting your kids just video it all up. Yeah, you watching hip hop LA or whatever, wives and all that bullshit. Because all that shit's bullshit. And it's causing a distraction to us as a people. And they do
Always.
it on purpose. Wake up, folks. Know what it is.
Just sit
Put
there,
all
just
this
sit
stuff on
there, huh?
TV, Empire, all that is to
All your little
distract
soap
us
operas.
as a culture from being better and elevating ourselves.
You know, I want to.
and
I
unifying.
want to hear. I want to
Wake
hear.
up, world.
I want
Black
to.
and
Lazy. I
brown.
want to hear your
Wake
thoughts
up.
about this.
Where are my black people?
Hey, did
Keep
you
it
hear
real.
that shit on the news the other day? They said Minecraft, the game Minecraft, is addicted like
distract
crack.
the parent.
It is.
Damn,
It's
my
good.
boy said it. He distract the parent.
That is fucking crazy. And I was, and
Palabra.
my kids play Minecraft, right? And when that shit
Right,
came
it's
out
a development
on that
game.
news, that shit was like crack. I literally stood by the door, and I'm watching my nephew and my son play.
Because
Because
there's
you
an
know why?
And
education
they was
behind
fucking
it, bro.
stuck.
The
They was
reason-
fucking
can
stuck on it, right?
Hours.
And I'm talking to
Hours.
I'm talking to my son, right? He like, yeah. I'm like, Jeremiah, are you listening to what I'm saying? He goes, yeah. I said, pause the game, boy. Pause the game. He paused it. He goes, I said, are you all right? He goes, he shook his head. I'm like, turn that shit off. Go outside. He turned that shit off. He's on, and then he went back into kid mode, playing outside and shit. That shit tripped me the fuck out, bro.
It sucks them into a vortex. It sucks them into a vortex that people are unaware of. Just like the kids playing Call of Duty and all that. Same shit. All they doing with Call of Duty I play it, but I don't play it.
Yeah,
regularly.
Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying?
But all they doing
I
is
think Call of
training
Duty.
kids.
They're trying to prepare you.
They training these young kids
Trying
for
to prepare
warfare.
you. They're trying to prepare
It
you.
is what it is.
You know, I'd rather go out to the
You
shooting
see
range.
how they, you see how they
That's some real shit,
elevate.
though.
or you
We
see
should all
how
go to
they-
the shooting range one day.
Yeah, for real. I'm down. But you see how they elevate the technology of these games to what the technology of the fucking weapons are.
Now, I just want to hear Lazy's thoughts about this. So that you've been listening to all this. I'm waiting for your response. you already heard from Strohs. You already heard from, you know. You got lost for a minute, right? About you know how they were talking about, like, you know, black and brown, because I mean, you know how
Astro was saying in that last time we was at Stars, episode 11, I think, he was saying like he was kind of disappointed because we mostly talked about sports. It was, you know, NFL playoffs, whatever, and remember you were saying like, man, we didn't really talk about nothing.
Yeah,
we didn't really get deep on nothing.
But now
How
we're
you
getting
feeling
deep,
tonight, bro.
We're getting deep.
Oh, no, man. I'm feeling good, man. You know, it's some stuff that the world needs to hear, man. That, you know, our opinion counts, you know, and just the shit that we doing and we talking about, you know, what's going on in the world right now.
Yeah, but absolutely, you're absolutely right.
Lazy.
Because you see, Lazy, come on, give me your 2 cents of what you just hear all this conversation about how they were talking about, you know, Franco's son, because you know,
being biracial.
Remember,
in school and so forth.
Thing that people just don't understand. Like I can relate because I'm in a relationship with let's just say I'm with a black girl. We've been together 11 years. Okay. I'm from Guatemala, and you know, okay?
My Guatemalan
Black,
brothers in the
11
house.
Years, okay. So I recently moved to a new neighborhood, different to where I grew up at. Like, it was completely different, and I felt the shock of being looked at, being with a black girl for the first
Scally
time.
eyebrows
I
and
felt
shit.
Before. Exactly.
What you doing with her?
Like, the black dude came up to me and welcomed me. The black person who gave me this, the Hispanic dude gave me this look.
What are you doing?
Like,
what are you doing?
Yeah. And I felt it. And then the other day, my girlfriend moved my car because where we live at, there's no parking. So she parked her car. Then when she moved her car, I parked my car. So that creates all the other neighbors to hate a motherfucker over that matter. So I'm beating everybody to the parking spot. My girl get out. So the dude look at her. So she tell me. I go out there. He like pretend he cutting his grass. He don't look at me one time, but I could tell he's on that bullshit that, you know, motherfuckers like us is trying to go against. At least get people to understand that, like the brothers right here were saying, it ain't no color
there is
line
no race.
or,
it's the human
or
race.
culture line or state of mind. It's right and wrong, you know, good and right.
Beings.
That's all what it is. That's what it is, you know.
No doubt.
Maybe
No doubt.
because again, the way we grew
No
up,
doubt.
is what we believe. But I don't see
Real talk.
myself as in a biracial relationship. Sometimes I forget.
Would you say you in a
our-
relationship?
Supposed to be.
Ain't no damn color to that
our
shit.
race, we so involved with each other.
Say this
how
color
Yeah, I
relationship.
forget.
It's a
I literally forget. Like who she is, I forget. It's like we're just a person. We have the same problems, as everyone else.
Sometimes I feel that my kids think that way too. My kids don't, you know, because, you know, biracial kids, they don't see, oh, daddy Spanish, mommy black. They just see daddy,
Us,
mommy.
you guys,
That's
yes.
it.
They don't know. Yes, exactly. That's
You
the
know
pressure.
what I think about that is that the more we give to our kids in that area, as far as it being able to link up with other races, the more we can open that exposing them to that, the more it's going to be open for them, the more they're going to be successful in society, because they're not going to have that what's taught, you know, that hate that's taught. You know what I mean? And it just acts as all love in the world. And when you get that, man, it's limitless in how you can get off.
One thing for sure, guys, the hate, it is taught.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't
no
up
doubt.
and be
You
forced.
learn it.
Definitely.
You get taught that.
Matter of fact,
okay?
it's a generational curse.
Yes, it's like you get taught to hate. You mimic hate. You see your parents hating,
Yeah.
you gonna hate.
Yeah.
Hate is not natural.
Yes.
It's not in
No,
Not at all.
you were
It's
taught that.
developed.
You
You're
learn it at a young
programmed
age,
with
even.
that. You are programmed with hate.
We over here on that love shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like
Love
Q-Tip,
conquers hate,
the love
baby.
movement.
That's why I say, like, Love is God's highest
Black and
thought.
Brown Movement.
I'm liking this
Radio
podcast.
podcast, episode
Trece
13.
for my
up in here with
essays.
essays.
All-Star
You know
Weekend.
what I'm saying?
Charlie
All-Star
style,
Weekend
baby.
in LA.
Doing it big in LA.
You know what I'm saying? Got
That
my
is
man Gusto,
right.
my man Astro,
And we got
Rickety
got our
Compton.
boy
Welcome
Lazy over
back
here. We
on a
got
permanent status.
Oh,
Thank
Mac
you
is
very much.
back.
I'm just
Got
glad I could
Devious
make
in
it.
the
I'm glad I'm
house,
back where I
always
was
holding
from.
it down, staying faithful to the
You're
Black
always
and
back,
Brown.
man. What are you talking
Got my
about?
man Lazy. I got
Yep,
you on
yep, yep, yep.
Facebook. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
My B&B
5'8", all
stats,
that. It's all
you already
love,
know.
man.
That's right.
It's all love.
That's
It's all
right.
love, man. We love everybody. You know what I'm saying?
So like,
Keeping it real up in here.
of course,
Move on.
yeah, we're gonna move on. You don't have to respond. I want to say this right away, just for me, because I'm listening to y'all what y'all saying. Like, you know, bottom line is this: how I feel. It's like I agree with all of you guys were saying, especially what what Lazy said. You know, because we're unfortunately we are taught to that, but people have forgotten that we're all the same. Doesn't matter what color, doesn't matter where you're from, we're all the same people. Different cultures, cool. That's how we learn. We learn to be as one. But unfortunately, people don't see it that way because how he said it, we were grown to hate. But it is what it is.
But that's why we're what? What's our motto?
It's one movement.
One
Exactly.
movement.
Oh, we're not ending
No.
the episode, but I know you
Exactly.
hear that at the end, but we
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we
episode
are
number.
one movement.
we just
So that's what.
ended
See, this is
it.
what.
One movement.
Well, we do this for the last 13 episodes, ladies and gentlemen. It's about us unifying. Yes, you already heard us earlier discussing about, Horatio saying, "Oh, because his last name is Cruz" and everything else. But we're not being racial about it. It's the fact is that how they're categorizing everything, and that's the problem. And for us to actually have that in our minds, we should not have that.
It's that
We
ignorance.
should not at all.
Pass the list of
Yes,
list up,
sir.
por favor.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, that's what's up.
So
Popping models, baby.
but best believe that it's not about that. The main point about this is that we're just trying to unify each other together to be as one, as how we said it, one movement, to make sure
Yep.
that we all actually be stabilized and control the higher power that try to control us. Remember that in the Constitution it does
started-
say we able to control,
Yeah, we're supposed to be the people. We the
dominating
people.
that
Supposed to
one.
be people. We're
and that's what's
We're
missing.
supposed to be
that,
the
though.
land
And
of
that's
the
what's
free,
missing.
and the home of the
Representing that,
brave.
though.
And
It's
that's
still
what's
modern-day
missing. It's
slave.
missing the fact that we're not able to control that because people are so. We all best believe. I'm not trying to sound like a hypocrite because I'm or contradict myself. We're all on that same level. But
no, we're not. A
No,
lot of
hold
people
on.
brainwashed.
I'm saying in general. Hold on, general. Maybe a majority, because obviously there are majorities out there. But my point is that we need to unify. That's all we need to do. Unity and be one. That's
Well,
it.
look,
So let's
put
that's
it
all.
out there. No, let's just real quick put it out there. The fact of everything that you just said, absolutely right. Everything that you just said is what we represent.
Yeah.
And it's the biggest part of why
Exactly.
we started doing this. The other part of it was to promote
Those that don't
independent
get
artists,
represented
you know
properly.
what I'm saying? Right, and those independent artists, whatever art it may be, as I said in the intro, it's about that mentality that you're describing. You see what I'm saying? Those people would agree with everything that we're saying because we're all part of a majority
now.
who thinks like this. We're
We're
no,
known
it's
as
not
a minority,
now.
but we are
In
the
this room it
majority.
is.
Best believe we are the
Right,
majority.
well,
We're the
because they're
in-
not
in
exposed
numbers of
yet. That's the
population,
thing.
right. But we have to make this
To
mentality
expose itself.
We will be the majority.
Right.
'cause
It's
to
like
be
take-
the majority.
It's a collective consciousness.
brothers,
that's what
Precisely.
Hispanics, we fuck like a motherfucker, man. We fuck like a
So
motherfucker.
we gotta
gonna
promote
have a
this
lot of motherfucking
mentality.
Kids out here more than these white people, man.
Yep.
But it's
They have like
They're just
they have like
scared
one
because they
kid
about
and
to be.
shit. You know what I mean?
the
We be having,
minority.
Like 2, 3, 4.
They are the minority now.
Procreate.
Yeah. Can't afford them, but we still having them.
exactly. But see, think about this. It's like,
Yeah.
man, imagine we become a communist country.
That ain't gonna happen.
Hell no.
That won't happen. It
Imagine
won't
that
happen.
shit.
Don't have
Don't
no
think that's
imagination
like
like
you
that.
know.
Well, don't just hate on communism.
wait.
off the bat
First of
because
all-
there's some good
No,
aspects
hold
to
on.
it.
That's what I was gonna get at. But see,
Yeah. Just like socialism.
There's good
There's
aspects and bad
to it. Everyone thinks that democracy is just the best thing in the world.
You know, like
That's why it's a collective
some of those
consciousness, because you take the
Copenhagen
best from
different
of each
countries like
thing
that.
and put it together as a
Exactly.
collective conscience.
These other countries that
I
are giving
fuck with-
free education and free
Finland,
Denmark,
healthcare.
and shit
Finland
like
gets
that.
free education.
Right.
You know, Copenhagen.
Promotes the health
Amsterdam,
and
where they
the
have a-
mental. That's
Why
why.
can't
I
we
like
have that?
socialism. It's a little better.
We're going to keep some of the aspects of what we have in our
I
It
get
ain't gonna
it.
happen because that
Finland,
fucking
Denmark,
but
that
Switzerland.
that one powerful
much money.
fucking paper. That's why.
yeah, no, you're right.
that we die
It's
for
because
from 9 to 5.
too much
6
paper.
days, 7 days a
Too
week.
much paper involved. The pharmaceutical companies are not going to allow free health care. The educational system is going to not allow free education
remember a
because
couple
there's
years
too much
ago,
money involved. They're
The
making too
euro
much
was
fucking money.
more than the dollar, not anymore. If you go, no, the
Not
dollars, the dollars,
Yeah,
yeah,
ain't that some
The
shit?
value
the
went
dollar
down.
over the euro.
All of a sudden, ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
Something going on.
Because their
Something's
their
going
bank system went
on.
down. So when what happened is when they actually finally combined their euro system, besides Greece, they step out of that, and then they went bankrupt. So they
Scotland went bankrupt.
had no.
too.
Well, no, they just went stupid.
They also took the union out of a lot of things. too.
Yeah.
That's
So
they were when they stopped doing the union stuff in overseas over there.
Yep.
That's when it really it deflated.
Yeah, because somebody
Exactly.
today, right now, over there in the, it says AKIP, another one of the representatives in their parliament just left the office. Or better yet, they voted his ass out. Yes,
Off the
a lot
island.
of corruption.
Oh, yeah, around the world.
So yeah, so
So,
I just wanted to get that
yeah.
all clarified, ladies and gentlemen. That's all. Just want to make
Yep.
sure that everybody knows that's the main focus that we're all about. Why we discuss these type of topics, and why it goes up for so long. Because, I mean, like, we're you know, it's a passion of
Passion,
it, and
man.
obviously
Passionate
we
about it.
live right here in South Central California. South LA, South Central, all of the hoods. Everybody know what's up. People from the
Cali
middle.
love.
Shout out
Cali
to
love.
worldwide, to the Midwest, to the East Coast,
To the South Central, Los
to the
Angeles.
South LA, man. Doesn't matter anywhere.
But big ups to the West Coast.
That's right. Big up to the West.
That's right.
That's where
As
we're
a whole,
from.
baby, from
Throw your
Washington
dubs
to
up.
Cali.
So we're
let's
gonna
move
move
on
on
to
to
the
the next
next.
one. I just want to actually now quit about politics. I was gonna talk about the damn plan, the tax plan
Fuck
that is coming
shit.
up, but I don't want to talk about that.
That's pretty
I
much
would
politics,
just save that
though.
for another time because I rather not
Yeah,
discuss it.
Let's just say this. I went to go to my tax lady the other day and to file my taxes for this year. And she's like, oh, guess what, man? Yeah, this year, yeah, everything's cool, man. Yeah, you guys going to get a cool return. Everything's good. She said,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
we're still under Obama.
Say it again. Say it one more time. Under
tax
what?
Plan, under
Helping the
Obama's
people.
tax plan from, his term. But this is for 2017.
That's
It's all,
gonna get
it's all the
rich.
way up to 2025.
Taxes for 2018, she said,
no,
Right.
2025.
yeah, for his whole term.
That's his term. He signed it to 20,
Oh, past his term.
25.
Yeah, you know they sign
and that's
when they
fucked
sign
up.
bills. They're
20,
like,
25, bro.
yeah,
Basically, she was like,
yeah.
"You're
When they
fucked."
sign bills, they're usually like 7 years.
She said, we're fucked. No more earned income credit. There's just so much that they're cutting out
So-
that they're doing to fuck us over.
So
They don't give a
so
fuck
I
about
looked at my
us.
check because he
Right?
increased. I mean, the taxes the way he deducted it, it's gonna be less taxes deducted, but that's just only that ain't even that much. You gotta be a fucking billionaire how many to see that shit. Yeah, I'm talking about
the rich people.
$100 to $150 off your fucking paycheck. You fucking if you multiply that shit by
Right, because I
Right.
could have sworn I saw that somewhere.
If you
on the news
multiply that
about
shit,
that
come
you
on,
get
man.
more money back,
it ain't even.
or more money on your paycheck
Yeah,
than rather
but
what
guess
they were
what?
taxing you.
If you multiply those deductions through the whole fucking year, it's like having one kid on your fucking taxes instead of having.
Right, you
Yeah.
might end up owing
Yeah,
taxes if
that's
anything
fucking-
this time.
This shit's all set up for them. I mean, y'all know what it is. It's not set up for us. Just like the whole system from the beginning. There's no changes. All they're doing is enhancing it in their favor. Because,
richer
as
keep
my
getting
man
richer,
said, we the majority, so they're gonna keep on doing what they can to keep authority. Understand? And try to see us as a minority. It's just what it is. So we gotta continue to build, continue to grow, and continue to educate and edify, but more than anything, we got to unify on some real deeper sense of levels.
Continue to pray.
And
That's
then
for sure.
we can break this cycle and this cipher of, the secret society and the white supremacy, all the hate and stuff that they're doing. Because rallying together, marching, all that's good, but what happens after that? I've seen so much of that regarding our black lives that matter, our brown lives that matter, all lives that matter. But what happens, in a deeper sense, why has there been no change? It's still happening. So that means we as the people got to do more. With the silent peace. The peace marches are great, but we have to get their attention somehow. We ain't talking about starting riots or whatever, but we got to be more responsive. And I mean that as a people. Because they think it's still cool. The media is not doing enough publicizing of it. I mean, look at it in variations. We got to do more. We, black and brown, and all those other minority colors. Period.
I think it's very vital that we get it sewn up as a people, man. It's so vital. You know what I mean? Especially when we teach it to our kids, because then it can carry on. You know what I mean? That's a legacy we could leave behind. You know what I mean? In doing that. You know what I mean? Crossing those barriers and those borders and those boundaries and those limits, and especially those gimmicks. I mean, it's vital that we just all come together as a people, man, and realize that we all people. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't even be about race or nothing like that. It shouldn't even really be a discussion of topic. We have it with so much love.
No,
you know what I mean?
it shouldn't be at all. I mean, there's no discussion about that at all. Right now, like, obviously with this situation with the whole plan, the tax plan coming up, it screws everybody over. It screws everybody over. So it's
That's the little people. That's the little people.
All
No
this
more
money
tax,
that I'm spending on my
income
kids'
credit.
clothes.
It's like the 80s again.
For them to go to school.
Like the 80s. Like we went
You
back
ain't
to the
getting no
80s
credit
real
for that
fast,
shit at
homie.
the
They
end
ain't
of the
shit
year.
back, bro.
Child
Child
care.
At the end
care.
of the year, you gonna be
After-school
looking at having to
programs.
pay.
That's expensive.
Yes.
All that
Really,
shit.
Yeah,
we
none
ain't
of that back,
investing in
bro.
None of that.
Because they don't give a fuck about us. My nigga
About
Pac,
us.
rest in peace, said it the best.
Man, you guys over here depressing me, man. Can we move on to some sports or something? Okay, real quick. Top 5 is not right now, but it's coming up. And last podcast we did our top 5 drunken moments.
So
look
yeah, we're gonna go
forward
ahead and
to
move forward.
Our
Wait,
top
you want to do a top
5
5 already?
No. I'm just
Okay.
giving them a heads up.
Well, yeah, coming
What
right
it's
up
gonna
and
be.
pretty soon. So go ahead.
Our top
Oh,
5
yeah.
alcohol.
Favorite alcohols.
Alcoholic
Combination.
beverages.
We're gonna go ahead and
Top
take a little
five alcohol
quick 10-minute break.
Favorite alcohol.
Do a
Yeah,
break.
yeah,
We'll take a
break.
quick
Everyone down
10-minute
with a
break, bro.
Before we do, actually,
Get some
you
air.
know what? You want to give a shout out, or you want to give a shout out right after?
No, let's
Yeah,
give
might as well. Yeah,
shout-outs
you
now,
know,
and then
just
we
give a
take our
shout
break.
out to wait.
Yeah.
Go right ahead. Wash
Wash House
Audio.
Wash House Audio.
and Stars Enterprise.
.com.
for-
Stars Enterprise. Definitely
Studio.
thanks
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Good looking out, Stars.
And man,
Shots out in the
That's right.
Productions. Shots out Black and Brown
People.
Movement, hip hop
that's
for
right.
the
Indica
people.
Production as well.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? Shouts out to all those
Hip
that
hop
right.
for the
Even the
people,
ones
baby.
that aren't
Man.
mentioned, you know what I mean?
What's up, Vince Son? I see you,
You know what
baby.
we about.
Appreciate your
That's
support
right.
checking in.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen.
Shout out to you
purchase
too,
your
Lady Butterfly.
hip-hop
What's up,
for the people
Bonita?
T-shirts. Don't forget, purchase your hip hop for the people T-shirts.
For the people.
There you go.
T-shirts, sweatshirts,
Yep.
hoodies, zip-ups,
Pretty
long
soon, some
sleeve
tangas.
shirts, short sleeve
Para la
shirts.
gente.
Para la gente, para las mujeres.
Coming up with Diamonds dog shirt.
But you know, I really want to give a shout out
Check-
a
go
lot
to
to
Lot
to
Shorts.
Teddy. Appreciate him.
Shouts
for,
out T.
Oh yeah, definitely. Teddy,
Yeah,
Astro, we appreciate
both.
you.
Hey man,
Good looking.
being over here.
Much
Appreciate
appreciated.
you
Being over
putting
here
this
to
together.
Shout out to my man D, you know what I'm saying? The APE representative and the founder of the APE. He's over there representing the sesh right now off
sir.
90% Western. You know,
Universal
Hip
Hip-Hop
Hop
Museum.
Museum. Shout out to my man Class 1 and Silky D, DJ
Silky
Clientele,
D.
and the rest of the family.
Yeah,
Big ups.
no doubt. Shots
That's
five.
right.
N5.
And also want to give a shout out to
N5,
Jesse
Nixon.
Clover Photography.
Michael Nixon.
That's right. One of our listeners actually
Shout out to Scallywag.
purchased
Yo, Scully.
Out in OC.
his photography, and I appreciate that for one of our listeners.
Yeah, I got
Don't
the
forget to hit
whole
'em up.
everything over here.
need to actually,
Photography, studio, engineering.
All that, dog. All that.
My bad.
Yep.
Shout out to my man
Clothing.
Cannaman. I forgot.
Cannaman.
One stop
Cannaman.
shop.
Known from back in the
Listen.
day.
Clothing line.
Cannaman. Hey,
That's what it
everybody that's real
All that.
cannabis heads, he's the man behind the taco sesh. Y'all really trying to get it? Holla at the movement. We're going to connect you to some real sessions. And if you're an artist trying to get an opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, get a little limelight, check us out. We can maybe help with that. But check my man Candyman out. He got some bomb products. I mean, some real unique. He got some chocolate candy, but it looked like bud. Y'all would never even believe that shit was candy. It looked like straight weed.
Is
Chocolate.
Right.
That's
It's
just
the
chocolate.
weed bomb candy.
It's
Don't
just
give it to
straight
the
chocolate.
kids.
kids for
man.
the
Just don't
kid.
give it to the kids.
Hey, today, shout out to KB and them. That's another medical maker. They was making the bomb Oreos. You know what I'm saying? Deep
Shout
fried
outs to
Oreos.
Kickback
And
Edibles.
some, they also was making them the funnel cake. But I bought this bomb ass edible. That's big as fuck.
Kickback
The
Edibles.
biggest edible I've ever seen. For $15.
Wait, weren't they selling nacho cheese
I'm
and
about to
stuff
show
like
that
that
shit to
too?
y'all.
That was
Y'all think
oh
I'm
my
playing.
goodness. They were selling
Edible
these
nacho
fried
cheese.
fried
Nachos.
Oreos,
Edible
bro.
nachos.
They were
Edible
selling
nachos.
these fried Oreos that were off the.
But this is not
Man.
Joe's though. This is not Joe's though.
Nacho cheese.
This is mine, not Joe's. Hey, I got a
That
quick
government
question.
cheese, homie.
Yeah, I got a quick question though. 'Cause
Edible.
That government cheese,
I know we had mentioned
boy.
it. This is
Fire.
to you, Astro. Oh, I know we had
Government
mentioned
cheese.
previously
What you know about that?
to our
Ah,
listeners.
big thick
We had
slices.
mentioned earlier episodes to our listeners about a meet and greet. You know, a little autograph signing, meet and greet. Coming out to actually meet your host of Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast. Come out and party with us. You know, bond with us, fellowship with us. We had talked about a possible barbecue right there at your spot. I mean, if you still down with that, man, let me know so we can holler at the
Happy.
people. And, you know, we got to get enough heads that are willing to do it, enough listeners to comment.
There it is, right there, bro. It looked like dog food. No, it looks good though. It's Cookie Crisp. Oh yeah, bro. It's a big old block for $15, homie. Oh yeah, and it's worth it, bro. Like well worth it. You got a bunch of doses in that joint.
If you're a real cannabis weed
Yeah, bro. If you down with it, that you know what I mean.
Lazy woke up.
Lazy ain't lazy no more, huh? He lazy, oh shit.
Lazy no more. He just woke up.
Lazy, go on, take you a piece of that, lazy. Say, watch out, you gonna drop it out, bro. It's
Jump
spilling.
it out. I'll jump it out.
Andale, ya, hijo.
They don't get with fire. Scallywag got the bomb.
It's the cookies. You remember the cereal, the Cookie Crisp,
Address is
the Cookie Crisp.
9112. And go and doge. You know what I'm saying? Ganja Queens up there with some bomb edibles.
You good over
Lazy finna be lazy again.
They got some kids from Minnesota.
He just got to eat the bomb.
You know what I'm saying? DJ Low.
Matt Verb was
Up
over
there
here on the
representing,
live.
You know what I'm saying? On the
You
table
might
with
hear
some
some of what he's
performances.
saying. You might not.
Go
but
see
he's-
what it is, folks.
Check him out on
You know what I mean?
on
Go see
live,
what it is.
whether it be
Always
Facebook.
gotta be
Represent
doing it, man. We
cannabis
always gotta
tribe
be
now,
doing
yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Check.
You gotta stay
Shout out to my man.
on top of that social media.
Handicap Productions.
You know what I mean?
I ain't
And,
mad
and
at
that's
it.
what.
Check that edible out.
Hey, grab your mic, man. Talk to me. Tell me
$15.
what you think, man. Because I think this would be cool
$15.
interaction.
Yeah,
with our
we interact
listeners.
with that with the
$15.
business
If they down
guys.
with it.
That's
to come
definitely
through to
man.
a barbecue.
Interaction.
At
Bring
the
it
sesh,
always,
I'm telling y'all
like
where
I said,
at.
it's always good to
91st
communicate with
and
your
Western.
children, bro.
Let's let them
Is
finish.
it a,
9112.
is that an All-Star Weekend special?
Let them finish this right quick.
Oh, that's what I.
Yes, it says. You see the flyer?
Oh, that's what it
All
was.
Star.
All-Star
I'll
2018.
buy one tomorrow.
Nobody-
Smoke
I put
sesh.
PM, no, not for me though.
All right,
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen,
so,
we're
you
going to
know.
go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break. We'll be right back after these messages from BNB Tools.
Hey, so check it out, folks. Hey, Hoodlum, I see you. Appreciate you. Latin Butterfly, Vincent, appreciate y'all. We're going to take a hot minute break. About to go medicate and elevate. You know what I'm saying? And we will be back with the continuance
Al
of
Borland.
episode 13 for my
Good.
essay.
Al Borland.
Niggas in
Die.
the ass.
Marcus Borland. We're taking a break after these messages from BB Tools.
The shit he just made up.